Hi, I'm Cass, and this is my 1 credit clear of Splatterhouse. Normally when I work on a game and go for the 1 credit clear, I've been practicing it for a long time, but this game was pretty chill. I watched a friend play it, thought it looked pretty fun. Jumped straight into stage 6, the bubble stage. Spent 2 hours solid just practicing that, and then spent about 2 hours learning the rest of the game and recording this run. And that was it. So yeah, stage 6, the bubble stage, is harder than the rest of the game combined. You're probably going to spend about 50% of your time learning the game on that one specific stage, but the game does come with dip switches. Sorry, I'm not really commenting on stage 1. The game, the arcade game does have a dip switch that turns on a stage select, so you can just jump straight to stage 6 and practice it if you want to do that. So you might want to skip forward to stage 6 in this video to see if this looks fun, if that looks like something you want to spend a couple hours practicing. And if it does, then try the game. Okay, so yeah, pretty basic game. You walk around, you got a jump attack, crouch attack, stand attack, pick up weapons, and they, you know, take enemies out like that. The longer range, but slower attack animation. And when you get near a ladder like that near the end of the stage, you just turn invincible really early, so you can just walk through those enemies. This section here, you can just stand at the edge of the screen and mash. You take out a bunch of enemies as they spawn. The leeches that land on the ground, you're going to have to crouch for those. Like that. You get the idea. Oops. So you do have lives at the top of the screen, and you've got health in the bottom left. You have to go back to a checkpoint if you die. And you do heal between stages, but you only heal 1 point of health. Oh, after the music stops, yeah, there's one last leech. Got to watch out for that thing. Okay. So yeah, I got hit once, down to 3 hits, and I heal 1 back, so I'm back up to 4 health. Pretty chill game. I'd say everything apart from the stage 5 boss, all of stage 6, and the final boss to an extent, which is stage 7, is pretty static and memorizable. You just kind of, you play through the game. You play through the game 1 room at a time. So when those enemies there lose their heads, the head moves up and like flies at you, and you gotta try and hit it as it comes down. It's hard to time it if you have a weapon like this, but if you just have a regular punch, it's pretty easy. Mashing punch is like an extremely good, it just puts up a wall that enemies can't really get through. Sort of like an anti-air jab. Or like a wall of anti-air jabs with infinite active frames. It's, once you get more enemies jumping at you, you'll see me just mashing the jump button. It's great. Anyway. So yeah, aside from the end of the game, you mostly just learn this game 1 room at a time. Pretty simple, pretty static. Okay, you gotta pick up this weapon here because these water enemies that make an extremely satisfying sound when you take them out. They are one of the few enemies that outrange you. Maybe the only enemy in the game that outranges you, come to think of it. So you really want to have a weapon to fight them if you can. They outrange your jab. It's very annoying. If you don't have a weapon, you can just sort of jump at them and mash and attack them like that. Oh, you can jump attack several times, by the way. If you jump and you just like mash the attack button as hard as you can, you're just like throwing out a bunch of jabs in the air. Or if you jump and hold down an attack, you throw about a bunch of kicks in the air. Which you'll see at some point. There you go. This is a very, very static boss fight here. A lot of screen shake here. Look away if you don't like it, I guess. So you kind of want to stand on the right side of the room here, just chill here. And in a bit there will be a can that spawns above you, in which case you want to move to the left. There you go, move back right. And you want to fight a chair, and this is where you see how good of an anti-air jab this is. Yeah, you want to take out this chair on the right side of the screen to get ready to fight the next enemy. It takes 5 hits. Okay, here we go. And again, incredible anti-air jab. Look at these angles it covers, it's so strong. You want to stay on the right here for this knife, and I usually do. This is my strat. I assume this is what other people do too. There we go. Same for these knives. And when this next thing spawns, you want to get in the middle of the screen, hit it as hard as you can until it moves over you, hit it as many times as you can until it moves over you, repeat. And then, if you're standing under that chandelier, it is a 1-hit kill. So, remember to move to the side after you clear that stage. Stage 3. I had a restart here, so it took me, I think it took 3 attempts for me to 1 credit clear this game once I'd learned the stages. I lost a couple of runs in stage 3 in silly ways, and then I just did this run to clear the game. Okay. If you attack while standing up, you will shoot the shotgun, but if you play through it crouching like this, you can conserve ammo and juggle 2 shotguns into the boss fight, which makes it very easy, and I recommend doing that. So those dogs, when you hit them once, if you just stand there and crouch kick, they back up into the perfect range to jump into your crouch kick. Okay, so you really don't want to get hit by these. They'll pull you down into a different route and really mess up your run. So yeah, you want to just jump over the 3 of them. You want to crouch under these guys because you're conserving shotgun ammo. Remember, that makes you pick up the rock, so watch out for that. You can shoot the shotgun up to 6 times and still have enough ammo to take out the boss, so I take out those hanging guys that will spit at you if you don't take them out. Like, might as well. There's only like 3 of them in the stage. Yeah. And here you go, yeah, you get the second shotgun, you start juggling them into the boss fight, and this boss takes 10 shotgun shots to take out. And this is about it. You've got to keep your eye on your ammo, because you really don't want him to hit you and knock you away from the shotgun. There you go. As soon as you run out of ammo, you grab the next shotgun, go. And that's stage 3. Stage 4 is... how does this one start? Oh god, this boss, yeah. Stage 4 boss is pretty tricky too. Okay, so the way I play this fight is wait for these 2 enemies to spawn, run hard to the right as hard as I can. Oh, sorry, take out this one guy, move to the right as hard as I can, wait for this enemy to jump over me, there you go. And then fight my way back to the center of the screen. That enemy on the left will run out of that door and hit me at some point, I think, unless I misremembered. Nope, there he goes. These parts with the blade, you do have to dance around in between these 2 blades while you wait for the screen to scroll, so it's way easier if you hang back like that, right at the back of the screen, even stop the screen scrolling because you're so far back, and once the screen is scrolled as far forward as possible, then you just jump over both blades one after the other. It makes this section so much easier than if you don't do this. So you just chill, there you go. Screen scroll pretty far forward, and now you can just do that. You don't need to spend like 5 seconds dancing around back and forth in between those 2 blades. Okay, bad guys will break through these mirrors. It's the 4th, 9th, and 15th ones. I thought it was the 5th, 9th, and 15th one, so I wasn't expecting him to jump out of here. Damn it. So I got completely jump scared by that guy. I just misremembered, because again, I haven't really practiced this game much. So these guys take 3 hits to KO, but if you move like slightly in front of them when they spawn like that, so your first hit just kind of clips them from the back, it pushes them towards you and you can get 3 jabs in right as they spawn. It makes them much easier to fight. Oh, I don't remember if I've used a slide attack yet, but if you jump forward and you crouch kick right before you land from your jump, you do a little slide forward. It's not that useful. It comes up occasionally. It feels cool to do it. There we go. I don't really have a consistent strat for dealing with those guys. I just kind of space them out with jabs and hope that they run into me. Okay, this boss fight. Step 1, you run as fast as you can to the right. I am using slides like that to speed things up a bit. So you go to the right as fast as you can. Pick up the axe. Yep, and one of these enemies comes at you like that at head height, you splat them. And as soon as the screen stops scrolling, you push them all the way to the right side. You really want to get in there and hit as many of those heads as you can. And the goal is to hit the like inverted cross. And I really messed this up. Oh yeah, this isn't a no death clear, by the way. This is a 1 credit clear. You can die up to, I believe, 4 times if you're playing like normally with the normal score you tend to get in a full run. Definitely not hinting that I'm about to get a death here. Yep, there we go. So yeah, I didn't do a great job there. You really want to try and clear out those heads as fast as possible and then take out the cross as fast as possible. Otherwise the heads will respawn. Nope, now I am missing a slide. Now I am missing a second slide. Okay, I got a couple there to make up for it. I don't know if it's better to just take the jabs on this boss fight, but I'm assuming that the additional range on the axe makes it easier to hit the cross. Yeah, there you go. I've got to hit from pretty far away then. And that's this boss fight. I imagine you can probably get a few more hits on it if you're brave enough to like jump up and hit the cross in the air. This is one of the sections I haven't... Yeah, like that. You can probably take it out quicker if you like chase it down and jump attack and then attack it on the ground. And then cutscene. So, welcome to stage 5. This stage gets a little bit crueler, especially the boss fight and a couple of rooms before the boss fight. This first section's pretty chill. It's those stairs from those chairs from the stage 2 boss again. They, you know, they move away and then they move towards you. You splat them, keep your distance, space it right, and then the invincibility kicks in again very early when you're walking off the right hand side of the screen, so you can just invincibility through that last chair if it runs away from you. Okay, these sloped platforms, they have ice physics. You slide down them. So what you want to do is every single one that's like facing down to the right that's going to make you slide forward, as soon as you land you want to do a little jump like that to kill a bit of time, and then as soon as you've landed from the jump you run forward, and that's the correct timing to avoid those leaping hands on every single thing in this game. Every single thing in this room. So there you go. Go, 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 go. Do a little hop. Go, 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 go. Do a little hop when you land. Go, 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 go. I always take the upper path in this stage. I just find it easier. I find it hard, but it's easier than the other path for me. Okay, there's those ghosts at the top. Take a couple of punches. Those things there. I don't have a great route for this room. I think these ghosts may be a bit random with when they spawn. I could be wrong. I couldn't find a consistent strat for them across several runs. So one thing to watch out for is if you do hit an enemy in midair, it does slow your movement as far as I'm aware. So I really didn't want to fall down these holes, which will put me on an alternate route, which is why I'm intentionally taking 2 hits then, instead of getting knocked down a hole. I was too scared that it would mess up my completely mess up my run. So I was like, oh, I'll just take the damage, it's fine. There you go. So, didn't quite space that right. Only got the 2 hits on him instead of 3, and there's another one right before this section. There you go. Okay, I stood so far to his right then that it like pushed him behind me, or so far to his left that it pushed him behind me, which is not what I wanted. Had a bad placing there. And there is one more guy who spawns in that last one, but again, you get so much invincibility if you let the screen scroll first. You just go. Yep. And there's one more room and then the boss fight. Okay, so this is very static, you can memorize this. Dodge the first 2, move to the left, let the third one jump over you. Hold right as much as you can, get ready to kick that little one that runs for you. In a bit, there's going to be an enemy that leaps over your head. Dodge it, and I'll just hold right rest of the stage. If there's going to be one more that crawls towards me that I got to kick. Oh no, never mind, I've taken over, the invincibility is taken over, there you go, and they just go through you, because, again, you hold right near the end of a room, you just turn invincible. Okay, big cutscene leading up to this boss fight. This boss jumps at you and then does a long range attack on the ground. This is very hard. The 3 really hard things in the game are this boss fight, the next stage, and the final boss is kind of tricky. Your anti-air is really good, so what you want to do is anti-air them out of the air, but the important part is as soon as they land, they do that very long attack, which you cannot crouch under. So you really want to be... You really want to hold the middle of the screen. If it looks like it's jumping over your head, you run under it and push it the other way. If it does a short jump, you've got to move up to a hit it, walk away. You really want to hold the center. This boss has 3 phases. For the first phase and the second phase, the exact same. It's going to start mixing shorter jumps in now, but again, you just want to hold the center and push it to the edges as much as you can. There you go. If there's a short jump, you've got to move forward and hit it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, third phase, if you back off at the start, it will do one big jump. And after this, it'll start mixing in short hops, which are very difficult at first. You got to practice this boss because of the short hops. You want to stand just outside its melee range, and bait it to jump forward, and as soon as it jumps forward, yeah, you got to move in and hit it like that. One more. And as you can see, it's very tight timing. I was 1 hit away from killing the boss there, by the way. As you can see, it's very tight timing. To be able to stay far enough to hit that boss and not get punished on hit is basically the problem. You really gotta hit it at the exact right spacing and back off straight away in the third phase to not get punished on hit. And that's what makes this boss fight tricky. So again, first 2 phases, you just hold the center, space the anti-air punches so it doesn't land like directly on your head. Like there you go, you just gotta walk under it a little bit. If it's a long jump, yeah. Like, I know that anti-air punch looks ridiculous, it's like amazingly strong, but if it does land completely, perfectly on top of your head, you will get hit. You do have to space it a little bit. Okay, one big jump at the start if you back off of the third phase. And after this... Okay, yeah, spacing time. There you go, just outside of the range. Bait the little hop forward. Run in, hit him, run back. One more. Yeah, there you go. There's the stage 6 boss. Stage 5 boss, rather. And after this, we come to the bubble stage. Which is, again, before I played the rest of this game, I just spent 2 hours grinding the bubble stage because it looked fun and I wanted to do it. It's very different from the rest of the game. It is very random, very dynamic. You just walk through this tunnel for just over a minute and a whole bunch of bubbles spawn. Some spawn from the ceiling, some spawn from the floor. They float around in the air with a lot of like momentum, inertia at like random angles, and when they land on the ground again, a little enemy pops out that fights you. Like that. That hops towards you, rather. And those little guys that hop towards you, if you try and crouch kick them mid-hop, they will just latch onto you and take you out. You've got to mash jabs to catch them mid-hop. And if they latch onto you, you're going to take a bunch of damage, you've got to try and shake them off, and things get very out of control. This doesn't look too hard what I'm doing right now, but if you let like a couple of these build up, it's a nightmare. So you really, really want to be as proactive as possible with taking these guys out, except for, there you go, except for when you see some bubbles spawning on the ceiling like that. Ah! Yeah, one grab me, gotta shake. If it's safe for you to jump, you can't, if there's like nothing else on the ground, you can take out bubbles in the air by jumping forward, and again, just like mashing the attack button, smashing a load of jabs. Ah! There you go, and again, I went for a crouch kick then, I should have gone for a jab from that guy. Okay, one hit away from death, and once the boss comes in, you just gotta kick it as fast as you can. Really, really do not let it spawn bubbles unless you absolutely have to. Ah, and that bubble just landed the perfect angle on me, so I died. There is no checkpoint in stage 6. You get kicked back to the start of the stage every time you die. There you go. If you do not spend a long time practicing stage 6 and getting, what's the word? Getting consistent at it, all of your runs will be, you make it to stage 6, you die 4 times in a row, you restart, you have to play for another 15 minutes. I don't think that would be a fun way to play this game, so I really, really, really recommend turn on stage select, jump into stage 6, practice stage 6 a lot. Don't go for full runs until you're consistent at stage 6 or it's going to be very annoying. See, as you can see, I feel like really proactive. Take out as many bubbles as you can. And yeah, there you go. If the ground is safe, if you don't have to worry about landing on another enemy, yeah, you can just jump forward and mash. Okay, I spaced that badly. As you can see, yeah, the stand jab is a very good anti-air, but if a bubble lands right on top of your head, you're going to get taken out. Okay, that's... Nice job, me. And there's a little alien, yeah, that spawned behind me. If they scroll off screen, they're still around. They don't despawn. Or at least, they might despawn if they get very far back, but they often come on screen and get you. Okay, again, mash jab, so it jumps into my hand. This is a problem. I really want to get on that heart on the right before it starts spawning loads of bubbles. There you go. Once you get here, you just attack as much as you can. Kick, 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 kick. I was like, I'll just tank a hit here. It's fine. I've got enough health. Same with this one here. I'm going to get ready to dodge it based on which way it falls down. Fall left. Okay. There. You can like kick it if it's on the ground waiting to move, those little enemies, but when they're actually mid-air, you gotta jab. Again, one of them just like moved at a nasty angle and hit me. Okay, when it's about to die, you gotta get back. That stuff there that just spilled will hit you. There you go. So that's stage 6. Took me a couple hours to learn how to do that. It's a lot of fun. If that looks fun to you, dodging all those bubbles, kicking them out the air, I recommend it. And now we're on the final boss. Or the final stage, which is just a run up to the final boss and the final boss. There's no checkpoint in this stage, so if you die, it puts you right back here at the start of the stage. But it's just a little run up. You gotta jump over these things, and then start mixing in some of them falling from the sky, which is the same thing, you still gotta jump over them. And then you mix in these guys that look kind of similar, that leap, and you gotta walk under those. So that's the game. This is all the same every time, it's static. So you can just practice this, and it's the same every time. It doesn't take too long to get a feel for it. There you go. You really, really do want to practice this so you can... Oh, I messed up there and took a hit. Okay, final life, I guess. You really, really do want to practice this run up to the final boss so you can do it without taking any hits most of the time. Because part of the final boss is like a little bit unpredictable. It's hard to like guarantee you're gonna beat the final boss while only taking like 1 or 2 hits. You can like sometimes get unlucky, so you really, yeah, want to be able to do this. Just yeah, again, not too bad. Jump over the logs, run under the jumping guys. At the end it has 2 logs which you do need to like build up a decent amount of speed for here. Yeah, there you go. You don't have too much like leftward momentum or you can't steer over it. And now it's the final boss. So, final boss. You punch the head, debris falls down from the sky. I don't know how to dodge it because you got to finish your punch before you start moving to the sky, to the side, and you have the world's largest hurt box. So I just hope that it doesn't hit me. These things move to the side. There you go. Again, I am hoping the debris doesn't hit me. That debris there, it went through my arm, which, you know, your arm doesn't have a hurt box. So it didn't hit me. If it was falling a bit to the left, it would have hit me. I don't know how to avoid it. I do not have a strap for it. Punch, 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 punch. There we go, bad luck. I wouldn't have been able to move to the side then, even if I tried, because you got such a huge hurt box. You get the idea of those arms. You just move out the way, jump if they're gonna hit you. It'll start, there you go. It'll start pulling the arms in at the same time as this guy. The head won't go away until you've hit it more times, so you can just like wait a bit, dodge the arms, and then when it's safe, go back and hit the head again. You don't have to rush during these later phases. Oops. There you go. Just take it easy. Yeah. And that's the final boss. That's the game. It's not too bad. Bubble stage is brutal. Stage 6. Stage 5 boss definitely takes a lot of getting used to. Very spacing intensive. Everything else is like not too unreasonable by arcade standards. And that is the game. It's a very interesting mix of like extremely static stages 1 through 5, and then like suddenly a boss fight in stage 5 that makes you like react to different jump stages, and then an extremely dynamic stage 6, and then back to a very static platforming challenge on the way to the final boss. Pretty neat combination. But yeah, it just kind of works. I recommend it. I had a lot of fun. Like, again, very short game. Like you know, in terms of how long it takes to learn compared to a lot of arcade games. I don't want to be like, I learned this game in 4 hours, so you will too. Maybe not. Different people have different experience, but like it's... As someone who usually takes about 15-20 hours to be like an average arcade game, this one took me 4, so it's definitely less painful than like similar games to learn. So the designer of this game, whose name I've forgotten, no idea, was like the designer of like QTQ, New Rally X, and like Galaga, things like that. Designed a lot of old Namco games, and then moved to be a producer. I was a producer for a long time. I believe is either still a producer at Namco now, or at least was like 5 or 6 years ago. Same with the programmer. The programmer has stayed as like an engine programmer on like, God, what was it? Like Mr. Driller, Tekken 7, I believe. Whole bunch of games. Smash Ultimate or Smash 4. I should have really written these down, but like, you know, a lot of the guys who worked on this game just kept working at Namco for like, you know, 30 plus years afterwards. Even though some of them had been working there for like 10 years already before then. Wild. I can't imagine spending a 40-year game dev career at the same studio as... Oh... Yeah, no, I don't want to end this video by complaining about the game studios I worked for. Anyway, yeah, very cool game. I like it. Splatter Team Original. God, Splatter Team is such a cool name for a team. Namco knows how to name its teams. I miss when Namco Tales Studio was called Wolf Team. Anyway, great game. I'm probably not going to go back to play this for score because... I think the scoring is just like you play as slow as possible and milk as many points as you can from enemies. Splatterhouse will return. So a different studio made the NES spin-off of Splatterhouse, and that same studio made Splatterhouse 2 and 3. So like there are more Splatterhouse games, they're not made by the same team. I haven't really tried them, but there they are. Yay, so as I was saying, I'm not really worried about high score in this game. It doesn't seem like a super interesting score game to me personally, but that's the game, it's fun. I know people speedrun this. That's probably more interesting than playing for score, honestly. Oh yeah, there's a little intro cutscene too, which we didn't watch beforehand, so let's watch it now. Look at him go. There you go. So yeah, that's Splatterhouse. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps you learn the game if you want to play it yourself. See you around.